Hello everyone, thanks for joining us here on Horizon. Well, we begin today, as we've started each new year, with our annual economic outlook. We'll be examining the major sectors of our economy, taking a look at both where they've been and where they're headed. But ultimately, when it comes to our economy, most people are concerned with just one thing. Will I have a job, and can I support my family with it? We begin by facing the facts on jobs in the economy in a post-recession world. Here's Frank Cessna.
Well, perhaps you've heard we're in the worst period of unemployment since the 1930s. The real question is, what do we do about it?
Jobs, jobs, jobs. It's how we make money, 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 but who generates the jobs and how? Those are the trillion-dollar questions. Since 2009, the official unemployment rate has ranged between 8 and 10%. Just a few years ago, in the boom times, it was 5%. And for young people, the jobless rate is higher still. It's why a lot of those empty nests aren't really empty yet. Minorities are having a very tough time. And the underemployment rate, people who are making less than they did or working less than they want or who have just given up, is more than double the unemployment rate. Lots of jobs have gone overseas, where labor's much cheaper. Economic stimulus seemed to help some industries, like finance and autos, but Main Street was largely left out. The Federal Reserve has driven interest rates down to their lowest levels ever. Super cheap money. But when you owe more on your house than it's worth, or you're out of work, or the banks just won't lend to you, it doesn't help much. Tax cuts and incentives are nice, but most businesses say they hire when demand goes up for the things they make or supply. Amid the wreckage, there are shoots of green. The government reports some job growth in professional and business services, temp help, consulting, computer systems design, healthcare, manufacturing.
High unemployment is changing the landscape, maybe for the long term, and a real recovery could be a long, hard slog. These are difficult facts to face.
And while national unemployment rates have been hard to bring down, it's not been for the lack of trying. Since 2009, more than $800 billion have been spent by the federal government to both create and hopefully save jobs. And while the success of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act has been highly debated, what is completely evident is that the spending it required is one of the factors that has grown our national deficit. We'll have more on that later in our show. But when we return, we look at Oklahoma's economy and see where some leading economists think it's headed.